Gluteus Maximus. No, it's not something straight out of Harry Potter movie. It's a Latin term, as all other medical terms are. The glutes, butt, or ass, as we know it, doesn't get the attention it does deserve. Well, as a muscle group at least. Let's jump back to around 4.4 million years ago, when the African and Arabian plates pulled apart to form the East African Rift Valley. As a result of the mountain range formed, the monsoon winds from the Indian Ocean were blocked, leading to a complete wipeout of most flora at that time, which led us to leaving our tree homes in order to forage to guarantee our survival. This meant we had to walk miles on end to get food and shelter. Adapting to these demands imposed, we grew bigger and stronger gluteal muscles. By the way, we are pretty close to the number one spot when it comes to endurance in the animal kingdom. And the fact that you pant after climbing a flight of stairs is a shame to say the least. If you ask us what is the most functional muscle in our body, we would not be reluctant to say the gluteal group of muscles. Each one of us is gifted with a pair of this group for multiple reasons, one of which is body stability. Three muscles, maximus, minimus and medius, stabilize the entire lower body, especially the pelvis, which is of course called the hip girdle. So while we always flaunt of our one-legged balancing skills, it is our glutes that are continuously trying to stabilize our body and prevent serious falls. Also, not only while we are talking about balancing, but also during movements like walking and climbing, which demand high stability. Maximus. The name itself gives you a notion of its functionality. Being the biggest and densest muscle, it becomes a huge reservoir of force and power output, leading to a carryover in upper body strength as well. From sprints to marathons, squats to deadlifts, bending and even hip hinging, our glutes as a whole are continuously in the game, working, giving the body its ability to thrust itself and generate force to lift heavy loads. Hence, improvements in one's own sport is a given when the glutes are trained correctly. So all football players out there, please jot this down. Now let's head towards something we all face. Guessing this wouldn't be a task. Constant back pain. Many of us shy away from deadlifts thinking it will cause back pain. Here's where we are wrong. The glutes need to be strong enough to take up heavy loads. Weaker glutes imply more back pain because it's now your back, especially your spine, carrying all that heavy load. Relieving your back comes with activating and strengthening your glutes, owing to our sedentary lifestyle. Oh yes, that word again. When most of our days are spent seated, leaves the glutes inactive, leading to overall strength depletion. Weaker glutes fail to maintain a neutral pelvis, hence causing the pelvis to tilt anteriorly. And this condition scientifically is known as the anterior pelvic tilt. In order to avoid this catastrophe, hence remembering to strengthen our glutes and embracing the core is key. An interesting fact about squatting below parallel or with full range of motion successfully manages to activate the gluteal group, thus negating excessive tension over your knees and ankles. We hope we were convincing enough in our pursuit of bringing forward the reasons to train and work on the glutes. With this refined approach of training the glutes, we will soon see you on the other side. Until then, you gotta wait for it.